Social media and websites might show you where you want to stay. Sales, they tell you when to book. But they rarely tell you where you actually are. I'm Megan, and yes, I talk about Sandals and Beaches resorts. The weekly sales, the promos worth booking, and the ones you can skip. Room categories, upgrades, insider tips, and how to actually get the best value for your vacation. But a resort doesn't exist in a vacuum. It sits on an island with a story, shaped by history, culture, food, people, and moments you'll never find on a booking page. On Islands Uncovered, we go beyond the resort gates. We talk about the islands and the people that Sandals and Beaches call home. The legends, the flavors, the unexpected stories hiding just beneath the surface. Because the best trips aren't just well priced, they're well understood. This is where smart booking meets storytelling. This is where vacations feel more meaningful. This is Islands Uncovered. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Islands Uncovered. My name is Megan, and this is the Weekly Sandals Sales Report, where you get a travel advisor's perspective on the weekly Sandals and Beaches sales, promos, and especially the 777 room deals that just got released today. Actually, I am recording this Thursday, and I'm going to push it out today. I have been super busy, overwhelmingly busy from the virtual VIP event that I did on Monday night. I'm just want to say thank you for everybody who attended, and thank you to everybody who has followed up, reached out, and that we're currently looking at booking your trips. I've had so much fun talking to everybody, and if you're listening to this in the future, just know that there are occasions throughout the year where, as a travel advisor, I'm authorized by Sandals and Beaches to gift you some free things. You have to sign up and attend the virtual VIP event that I talked about on the previous episode. Sometimes it happens when I do a Back to the Beach event. So there's definitely incentive to follow along on social media and the podcast. I'll always mention it here too. That way you're up to date on any of the travel advisor perks that I can offer. Also, because I am super busy, I am going to release this without really editing it too much. So I apologize if you hear me being a little bit more breathy. I apologize if you hear me stumbling over my words a little bit more. The editing on here is going to be minimal as it is released. And yeah, let's see how this goes. So let's start with the sales. I discovered something this week as I was booking a lot of these rooms. So, as you know, the semi-annual sale is going on right now. We've talked about that. It goes through March 16th. So, we're in the final stages of that. I mean, we still have a little bit over the week for that, but if you book 5 or more nights, you get the $175 resort credit. And then there are certain butler rooms where if you stay 7 or more nights, you get 1 night free. We've talked about that. All great. Well, what I discovered is that they also have their summer love sale going on right now, which I don't know if this got released early because typically the sales at Sandals do not overlap. Also, I'm not seeing in my travel advisor portal any like release about this sale. But when I have been calling in to book my rooms, they're allowing me to put both perks on the rooms that qualify for both of the sales. So the summer love sale is if you stay 5 or more nights and you stay between May 1st and September 30th, you get a $175 spa credit. So for my summer bookings, I have gotten my clients both the resort credit and the spa credit. Again, it never happens that they overlap these sales. I don't work for Sandals, so I don't know for sure, but I feel like this might be an error. I'm trying to take advantage of it as much as I can. So please reach out. Like if you have interest in still booking a vacation for this summer, which there's lots of availability. I'm working with a lot of people right now still booking honeymoons and stuff. Let's try to see if we can still stack these things on top of each other because, as I always tell you guys, that's my goal. Let's try and stack as many things as possible on top of one another. I do still have some booking incentives for anybody who reaches out and books 6 or more nights in a club room. This goes club or butler. This goes through March 7th. So there's only a couple days left. Like, I can't imagine very many people would be able to make a decision that fast, but if you're a fast decision maker and or you already kind of know and you're ready to book, these are exclusive to me because I attended something from Sandals. So again, like this is different and not something that you can get if you book on your own. But the virtual VIP event stuff is separate, and those people who attended know what that is as well. Okay, so we've got that stuff going on at Sandals. Then at Beaches, they're now doing the Fam Jam sale, the fall Fam Jam sale. So this is going to be if you stay 5 or more nights, and this is going to be for August, September, or October bookings. You get some good free stuff with this one. You're going to get the breakfast with Elmo and the yoga in the morning. You're also going to get a $175 resort credit that you can use. And then if you're going to Beaches Negril and you stay 6 or more nights, you're going to get a night free. So great deals going on at Beaches. And this is not just for this year, 2026. It's also for 2027 and I believe 2028. But it has to be for bookings August, September, or October. They're clearly trying to book up the less booked fall hurricane season. Okay. Oh, and Treasure Beach opened. Treasure Beach at Beaches, Turks and Caicos is now open. They have a $500 booking incentive right now, grand opening booking incentive for Treasure Beach. So if you're interested in getting into that new part of the resort, it absolutely looks fabulous from everything I've seen online. We have a trip booked to go in October, so I have to wait a little bit to see it, unless somebody wants to invite me on their trip, hint, hint. But otherwise, yeah, I'll be going in October and I will be sure to share all sorts of photos and social media stuff and information about that online. That's a personal trip. That's not a work trip, so I won't have incentives for that one, but I always do try to share as much as I possibly can. Okay. I'm trying to get through this somewhat quickly because I want to get back to everybody who's looking to book. But of course, we have to go through the 777 rooms. And if you've looked at them already this week, you're going to know that these are not only butler heavy, but these are big butler room heavy. Like there's some big guys on here this week that are an additional 7% off. Obviously, these rooms are a little more expensive, but if this is a room you're interested in, that 7% off certainly goes a long way. 7% off is more for a higher cost room than a lower cost room. So let's go through them. Royal Plantation, they've got a one-bedroom butler room. So whenever it says one bedroom, that means that you have a separate room for your sleeping area and then more of a seated area that you can use as well. So it's typically a little bit larger of a room, but Royal Plantation, that is the all butler resort. Royal Bahamian, we have a swim up in the West Bay Village. So we've seen that one before, but the swim ups are nice, and definitely not something that is at every Sandals resort. So Royal Bahamian has that swim up on there again. Then we have at Sandals Negril, we have a two-story, one-bedroom butler suite. So 2 stories, a lot of room for two people. You can spread out, and you got that butler service in the grill. Fantastic. Ochi has a one-bedroom butler again as well. And then also Sandals St. Vincent has a one-bedroom butler with a soaking tub. The one in St. Vincent, this isn't one of their higher price butler rooms. The higher price butler rooms are going to be the ones on the beach or the ones that have the private pool. But this is a great way to get into that butler level service at St. Vincent without going into the higher priced ones, right? You're getting the percentage off one of the lower priced butler rooms. And then I think there's two rooms that I find especially interesting this week. So in Curacao, they have the Subi Walkout Club level. I've already booked this since it went on sale, and this is a walkout, so on the main floor. But when I search for it, every time it's coming in priced lower than the luxury level rooms. So if you're interested in going to Curacao, this room is on a little bit more quiet. It's on the opposite side of the beach, so it is a little bit of a walk to the beach. Personally, I don't mind a walk when I'm at the resorts. I like to get my steps in and work off some of those cocktails and stuff. But this room, it's a great way to get a club room at a lower price point than you could get some of the luxury rooms. So that's in Curacao. And then a resort that we haven't seen in forever. We've got a one bedroom butler suite with a private pool in Antigua. Now, I looked back at my records and I haven't seen a room, a butler room in it. I haven't seen a room going back. Here's where we talk about where I'm stumbling over my words. I haven't seen a room in Antigua in like 10 months on 777. I started keeping track of all these rooms probably about like a year ago. During that whole time, even when there was a room from Antigua, there was never a butler room. It was always club or luxury. So butler level at in Antigua is on 777 this week. If you like that resort and love the butler service, great time to book. I don't know when, I don't know if this is going to start being a regular thing, but I haven't seen it in a very, very, very long time. One thing that I will note about Antigua is I have heard recently that there is a few more vendors kind of infiltrating the beach a little bit, which is kind of annoying. There's nothing you can really do about it. You just have to say, no, thank you, and kind of move on. But the beach is gorgeous in Antigua. It's probably one of the best beaches. It's long, it's beautiful. The resort hasn't been renovated quite as recently as some of the others, but again, Butler level, you're going to have a great time. So if you're interested in any of those resorts at Sandals and you're planning on staying 5 or more nights and it's in the summer, you could take advantage of both the semi-annual sale and the summer love sale right now for those. And then going over to beaches, again, we've got some big, 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 uh, big suites on here. So we've got in the Italian Village, we have a two-bedroom Butler walkout beachfront. So this is right on the beach. This is the Butler level service in the Italian Village, one of the best, most expensive rooms that you can get in the Italian Village. Then in the Key West Village, we have an ocean view two-story Butler room. It's got two bedrooms, two king beds in one bed in each bedroom. That would be weird if there were two king beds in one bedroom, right? Maybe some people would like it. I don't know. That would be kind of weird though. So we've got, see, this is where I start, Mom. I usually cut this stuff, but it's just my internal thoughts. Now you're hearing all my internal thoughts with this one this week. Okay, so two bedrooms, a king bed in each room, and then there is a pull-out sofa bed in the living room area as well as a trundle bed. So this room can actually sleep up to seven. I've stayed in this room. I stayed in this room last summer. It is a great room. I really, really liked this room. There is in Treasure Beach, we have not seen this room on 777 yet. We have a two-story ocean view, two-bedroom butler suite. Two bedrooms, two bathrooms. It's still got the bunk bed, still got the king bed, but this is over 1,000 square feet with a beautiful balcony. You got the butler. If somebody wants to take me to Beaches, Turks, and Caicos, please, let's get this room. This sounds absolutely amazing. I hope that someday I can see this room for myself because these rooms are going to be just showstoppers in that new village over there. Then there is an option this week too at Beaches, Turks, and Caicos to snag a lower cost luxury level room in the Caribbean Village. So a Caribbean double room is on 777 this week. That means there's two queen beds in the room. It's in the Caribbean Village. It is an entry level room, so no bells and whistles, but honestly, this resort is great. You're probably not going to spend that much time in the room. And quite honestly, the resort is, it's a little bit pricey in general compared to some other options. There's so many amenities. It's so sought after. The beach is just fantastic. So, it's going to cost a little bit more. And if you just want to get on resort and get into a room and enjoy all of the amenities, we've got a luxury level room on 777 this week. And it's a room that you can I mean, I have two kids who are preteen, I would say, and we could still fit in this room if we really wanted to. I've stayed in rooms with my kids with two double beds. We can make it work. So There you go. You have an option to get in and see everything, and it doesn't have to be the two-story, two-bedroom Butler level in the new Treasure Beach Village. Negril, Beaches Negril, we have the three-bedroom Butler walkout penthouse. Now, book that for 6 nights and use the in the fall and use the Fam Jam sale and get one night free. I mean, it goes August through October. Book it in August when the kids are still out of school. It can sleep up to 12. I mean, let me talk to you about the rooms. Contact me and we'll talk about the room setups and if 12 really makes sense for you or not. But I mean, there's 3 bedrooms. You could potentially split it with another family, stay 6 nights, get a night free, tack on that Sesame Street yoga, force your 12-year-old to go if you don't have little kids. No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know if they would allow that. But um, again, internal thoughts. Something I should check. How old do you have to be, or how old can you be to do the Sesame Street yoga? I should know that offhand, but I don't. I'm gonna check. Okay. And then also in the grill, we have a Grand Lux King and a Grand Lux Double. So again, those entry level rooms, if you're just trying to get on property, they're an additional 7% off this week. And you can still qualify for that fall Fam Jam sale if you put them August, September, October. Just remember, you're traveling during hurricane season, add the TripMate travel protection or a different travel protection. I am happy to talk to you about this, happy to find the best solution for you. I have traveled to Jamaica in August the last 2 years. We plan to go again, and knock on wood, we've had great weather. So, I mean, you take your chances and you get a better rate and you get some perks. Okay. Whew, I always talk so fast. I always talk so fast because I'm so excited. I really love looking every week at what rooms are on sale. Now I am just waiting until like the rooms in Jamaica that they haven't put on sale in a long time go on 777 because I think it's going to be just a mad rush. Once South Coast starts going on sale, that resort is going to fill up so fast. It is definitely something that everybody is looking forward to. Montego Bay and Royal Caribbean as well. Those resorts, if once those go back on 777 again, it's going to be a mad rush to snatch those up. So I will keep you updated. I look every week. I check my clients' rooms to make sure none of them have gone on sale. And if we can adjust their price, I do that. And thank you for following along this week. It was short, it was quick, it was rushed and unedited. And I hope it gave you a general overview of the sales and how to best take advantage of all of them. If it was overwhelming, please reach out. My services to help get you booked are always free. And I would love to help make sure that you are getting as many perks as possible, getting the very best rate, and getting you to the Caribbean so that you can enjoy some of these resorts yourself. Thank you guys so much for listening. I will I'm going to leave this in. This is the part I always struggle with. I always say, I will see you next week, but I'm not going to see you next week. I mean, I guess maybe if you are watching on YouTube, you will see me. But if you're listening, you won't. How should I sign off? You guys should all comment and let me know how I should sign off. So this week, I'm just going to say, see you next week. And I will think on this and we're going to think of something good. All right. Thanks for listening, you guys. Bye.